Hey folks, doing a video inside here because it's being wind blasted outside. So we stayed last night in Dawson Creek, not to be confused with Dawson, which is closer to the east side of Canada, or Dawson City, which is closer to the Alaska border. Everybody kept saying Dawson this and Dawson that. I think most people, when you're talking about driving up the Alcan, they're referring to Dawson in it's closer to the Alaskan border, further up on the Alcan. But we are in a place called Dawson Creek, about 250 miles outside of Whitecourt, and it probably 100 miles before we started arriving. We were getting a lot of wind gusts off the fifth wheel there. I have to train myself. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I have to train myself to look at the camera and not the screen, because if not, it looks like I'm looking over that way. But so I digress, as always. We're getting a lot of wind gusts, and as we got into Dawson Creek here, we were seeing average wind speeds in the upper teens and 20s in some cases, and wind gusts. My weather station recorded one as high as 43 miles per hour. So pretty windy here, and that made it a little bit more challenging to put out the slides, because we have slide toppers. I really hate those things, by the way. We'll do this.
No hate talk.
Oh, okay, no hate talk. I haven't learned to appreciate slide toppers yet. So if you guys would, tell me your opinion about slide toppers. Everything that I've read, if you do have slide toppers, most people are putting them in when they start to hear the flapping. And for me, that's around 15, 20 miles an hour. A couple of my slide toppers are starting to get some slack in them, some warping in them. There's definitely a little bit of damage over the 2.5 years that we've owned the RV, and have had, some pretty serious wind gusts come through and hit those things. So I want everybody's thoughts on that. And the caterpillar worm behind me. You're being good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. All right. Yeah. Okay, so we are in Dawson Creek. We didn't open our slides very much. We normally don't at a Walmart anyway, but we do like to open each one maybe a foot. And in this case, we only opened one of our slides, the slide with the refrigerator, so we could get by, and we opened that about a foot. This Walmart, and I'll take you guys outside, but it's still pretty windy today. It looks like it's going to be windy in this area for the next couple of days. But I'll show you the lot and everything. This Walmart, it seems to be fairly consistent with the Walmarts we've hit here in Canada. They're not necessarily the shiny new, Walmarts. They're not super large Walmarts. I've actually been surprised with how small the RV section looks. But it's been great, and this parking lot is very maneuverable. No problems. Well, yeah, that's for the Walmart did have these mangoes, but that's for when we get in the truck. Okay. All right. So this parking lot was easy to turn around in. We ended up parking. Yeah, the thing that I like about a lot of these Walmarts that we've crossed here in Canada is they don't have the dividers in between the parking spots, like some of the larger Walmarts down in the 48 states have.
I won't play with my toys.
Okay, don't make a mess, because we're leaving, okay? And that just makes it easier to cut across the lanes when you're driving through with the RV.
Daddy, we'll make one less.
Daddy's talking to the world. Okay. So that just makes it easy to come in and maneuver around without an issue. Speaking of maneuvering around without an issue, so yeah, that's Dawson Creek. It's been windy, but it's not their fault. They're good people. They didn't ask for it. And the Walmart's been as expected. Decent sized parking lot. Could definitely handle a good number of large size rigs. and the store was very accommodating and just told us to park on the perimeter. Unlike other stores, they didn't even say, you know, park on the east side or west side. They just said park anywhere on the perimeter that you want. We chose to park because the way the lot was up against the highway side, and the highway is literally like I don't know, 20 yards, 30 yards from us. So that created a little bit of noise, but oddly, you know, we're not hearing a lot of engine braking or anything like that. So not much else to say about it, but a good stop if you're look at the camera, not the screen. It's a good stop if you're headed this way and just need a place to overnight. I think for the next couple of stops, we're not going to have any Walmarts. So actually, probably the next quite a few stops here. The next quite a few stops, we're not going to have any Walmarts, right? So it's just going to be looking for gas stations and parks. So
Look at your sleeve.
oh, look at that. Little Velcro that we use to secure the cabinets. All right, I need to be very careful opening this door. I got it.
Got it?
Yeah. And I'll try not to do too much talking, but I'll stay close to the camera here. Actually, I don't know that I can not do too much talking. All right. So, this is the road. You can see cars passing by. And like I said, this was by choice. Rig is just getting filthy. It's horrible. Look at that. Grime and alright, here's the Walmart parking lot. You can see it's wide open. And look at this. They must be getting a lot of wind out here. I don't even need my level to say that's not straight. But here we go. Nice nice lot, and on the I'm not sure which way I'm pointing. I think that's the south side. If you go around the back side right here, but I know a big fifth wheel parked over there last night. So, but here we are, and that's it. So we're gonna head out today, do about another 250 miles, maybe 300, and we'll call it good. Hey, how's that for an RV? It's a single wide or what have you. All right, take care, guys. Have a good one.